I've got a new video for you guys because Amanda Bynes has been silenced by her parents for years now under her conservatorship. But she is not accepting silence because she has taken to Twitter and she has been sharing a lot of information that paints a way different story than the one that her parents are trying to paint through the media. So today we are going to talk about Amanda Bynes' secret Twitter account where she is sharing the true story about her conservatorship. So let's get into it. As some of you guys may know, I have made several videos about Amanda Bynes because I believe there's something fishy going on with her conservatorship. Her parents seem to have taken advantage of her, and today we're going to talk about her second Twitter account, PersianLA27, where she has supposedly been sharing information for years now about what's really going on in her life. I mean, at first glance, I definitely feel like this could be her. We'll take a look at some of the tweets soon, even though she has not accepted me, but looking at her bio, she pretty much says, "No legitimate news source can print or publish anything that I tweet or say because my name is Ashley Banks. Thanks." So of course she's trying to make sure that no news sources can take her tweets and pull them apart and claim it's Amanda because she says that her name is Ashley Banks. You can also see that she has her Cash App listed in her little location section on Twitter, and this will be a theme throughout the video that Amanda Bynes needs money because her parents have taken her money from her, and I will go into more detail, but that's why her Cash App is probably in the forefront. The account was made in January 2014, so it's been around for a moment, and I've been trying to get into her account because it's private, even though she has 18,000 followers, but some of you 18,000 followers have actually reached out to me and sent me a bunch of things, so today we're going to walk through those. So the first couple of tweets I want to share from this Twitter account are kind of random. This is actually an old one right here where she tweeted out about her parents running her main Amanda Bynes account because this account, like a lot of other social media accounts for celebrities, are signed off to record labels and management companies, and they have a responsibility to share certain things to promote the star, and it's part of contract. So her parents and her team definitely run her main account. In this tweet, she mentioned that she would delete this account probably because at this point they were taking over everything. And she asked fans to pray for her freedom and a chance to have control over her finances. And keep in mind, this one's actually kind of an old tweet, along with this one that says #FreeAmandaBynes, which I believe there's definitely a reason to free Amanda Bynes because something is going on. Like I said, her Twitter account has been controlled, and this tweet says, "My parents and lawyers are the only ones with access to @Amanda Bynes. They have banned me from using any form of social media." So, of course, Amanda is like, hold up, like I have to be kind of cautious going into this because she is a celebrity on social media trying to share her story while she's in a conservatorship, and she doesn't actually have control over her life. And if you don't believe me that this is Amanda Bynes on this account, I will have to show you a few things throughout this video. But one thing she did post in the past, and something we have talked about, is her ID. She literally posted her ID in 2017, pretty much clarifying and confirming that PersianLA27 is in fact Amanda Bynes, and this is her outlet to her fans while she's trapped in a conservatorship that she doesn't want to be in. Like, conservatorships are for people who are incapable of making decisions for themselves. Like, if someone could say that they don't want to be in one, that sounds like a pretty clear decision that they have made. She has also tweeted out things that only Amanda Bynes would be able to tweet out. Like, I mean, this random picture here, you can see that there's not much going on, but she is in the reflection. And you guys might need to pause this for a minute and give a good look at it, but that definitely looks like Amanda Bynes to me. Another example is this set of tweets where she posted pictures of her apartment, and it's very specific to Amanda Bynes. Like, if you've seen other pictures that she's posted of her apartment, again, it's kind of random details, but these things that are exclusive to Amanda just point out that this account could only be her if she's posting her ID, posting pictures that have not been seen before. And as we continue, you will notice there is a trend here. And here is another example of her posting a picture of a new profile moment, and it's a photo we've never seen of Amanda. Honestly, the picture she has right now as her profile picture is something I've not seen from Amanda in the past, so I definitely feel like she's using this account to not get in trouble with her parents and those scary lawyers. And by scary, I don't mean Amanda's scared of them, but honestly, I'm scared of them because of how many people have been taken advantage of in conservatorships. I definitely believe that Amanda is one of them, especially if she's voicing out that she has had these problems. If you guys have seen my previous video on Amanda or Dan Schneider, because these two are really close, you would know that Amanda has spoken to this website called crazydaysandnights.net. And this website is ran by a lawyer who does celeb gossip, and pretty much the celebrities reach out to him on the low. He will post them online. Sometimes he will post them clarifying who it was. Sometimes he won't. And this one post actually was made by Amanda, and she tweeted out on her Twitter to share what she had to say. In this post, she is clarifying that she was not in a lockdown rehab facility and that her mother is trying to have her committed against her will for another 3 years in her conservatorship. Amanda was told that she had 4 years to be in her conservatorship and she was able to get out. But it looks like her mother is trying to keep her in the conservatorship even though this woman has had a full-on relationship, engagement. She literally has been going to school and graduating from a fashion institute, which she's really proud of, so I don't understand why she needs to be in a conservatorship. But her mother refused to pay a bunch of her bills, and it looks like Amanda's not getting any of the money that she has earned in the past. She added at the end of this note, "I am not broke, I just do not legally have access to my own money. I have a new coach and things are absolutely amazing, so things are going well, and Amanda really doesn't want to get bad press. That's something that she suffered with when she was going through some mental health issues, and it's really unfortunate how our society handles mental health issues because Amanda definitely needed support there when she was tragically being followed by the paparazzi. It's just really hard to watch and to think about, and she's so paranoid of like having bad press because she wants to get out of this conservatorship and she doesn't want to give her mother any ammo to keep her in it." But let's go ahead and talk about some recent tweets from Amanda because I'm actually kind of worried for her. Like, something is actually really going on, and let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's actually go in correct order, like chronological or whatever. So she tweeted out how she pretty much could not get any transportation anywhere. I don't know where she's trying to go, but on the 23rd, she is tweeting out about how her boyfriend and other people cannot help her get to wherever she's trying to be at that moment. It looks like she was trying to go home or go somewhere for Christmas, whether it was with her boyfriend or what. I believe her boyfriend because her parents are like stationed in Texas and she seems to be in LA, so probably with her boyfriend or friends. I'm actually a little confused on what's going on with her relationship with Paul. They like split at some point. They were like engaged at some point, but now it looks like they're hanging out in public and that they're doing well, so I guess they're fine. But I also feel really bad for Amanda because she tweeted out on the 26th that she has never felt so worthless and alone in her entire life, which of course that's something very horrible for someone with mental health issues to have to say. She also got a disrespectful and disgusting message where someone asked for pictures of her feet for $10 and she said, "This is literally how I'm treated on the daily basis. No respect." And I feel like that's probably really triggering, especially Dan Schneider, like in his feet issue. It's like, oh god, like these men with feet like fantasies need to leave Amanda Bynes and all these young girls alone. I mean, Amanda Bynes isn't young anymore, but just like, oh, she's had enough feet trauma in the past. Anyways, she's tweeted a few other things about financial issues. Like this one, "I'm just $26 short for my transportation. I'll be able to go and reimburse anyone on the 4th. Actually, honestly, if I saw this, I probably would have sent her the money and been like, there you go, girl. I wish she would accept me on Twitter, but like she obviously needs money to get somewhere. And I really do believe this is Amanda and that she doesn't have access to her financials. And it's really sad to read when she says, "It's nobody's fault but my own. Can someone please help me? Crazy, I literally cannot get any help. My sister won't even respond to me. I'm literally freaking out. If anyone can please help, DM me." as recent as December 28th. So your girl has definitely been going through it for some time. And I really feel bad for Amanda because it looks like she's trying to get help in a world where people just don't understand her. She's someone who was a big celebrity when she was younger and then had that awful moment. And since then, her reputation has been such a like an odd place that like people don't know whether they like her, are they a fan of her, like what's going on. And really, she just needs as much support right now because she probably would seem a lot more, I hate saying normal, but normal if she was able to openly speak out and share what she's going through, because when I hear videos of her speaking, she sounds really reasonable to me.
Today I want to talk about a controversial topic, my conservatorship case. I have been going to a treatment center that charges $5,200 a month. There's no reason why I shouldn't go to a therapist who takes my insurance for $5,000 less a month. This is why I've asked to see the judge next week regarding this conservatorship issue. Thank you guys so much for hearing me out. I'm sorry that this is what I'm dealing with, and I'm sorry to put my problems onto the internet.
One of the contacts I have who have been following Amanda for some time actually have DM'd her several times, and throughout this video we will go through some of the DMs. But in this one message, you can see as recent as December 23rd, 2020, this person reached out, Amanda reached out to this person and asked them for money because they don't have the money to go and get somewhere for Christmas. And I feel really bad for Amanda there, and obviously it seems like this person is extremely desperate to get that money. I feel like it's not any regular person just begging for money on the regular. This seems like someone who really wants to go somewhere and sounds like Amanda, and it's really unfortunate that she's at this point where she's reaching out to everyone and anyone because she can't get support from her own family. But this has been a problem for some time. She actually even tweeted out last year, I'm like, wait, why did I take my glasses off? She tweeted out last year, can anyone help me with $43? I need to get home. This was literally on, not last year, actually. This was January of this, what was last year? 2020? I guess it's January 2020. Yeah, okay, so last year in January 2020, she was asking for $43. She also tweeted out how her parents are the reasons for her financial issues because of what her parents are doing to her. So this has been a problem, especially in 2020, and I feel like it's getting worse because she was supposed to have a court hearing about getting out of her conservatorship, and it sounds like that court hearing really never happened, or if it did, nothing came out about it. It's actually really weird if you look at the current press about Amanda Bynes because just the articles in general are so random. This one is about if Amanda Bynes or Lindsay Lohan are still friends. Can anyone expect a comeback from Amanda Bynes in 2021? And just a lot of random articles about Amanda Bynes that aren't really up to date and just reiterating what's happened in the past. It kind of makes me think that she's almost like a topic that the media definitely likes to exploit online and cover even if she's not doing anything. And I feel like there's a really fine line where Amanda can't speak out as herself, because if she does, these media outlets are going to be ready to flip it or make it into whatever they want to, because they've been doing this to her for years now. Okay, let's go back to Twitter and look at some of those tweets from Amanda, because she's also tweeted out things about conservatorships in the past, and it makes it seem like she's trying to, clarify some things along the lines of her relationship status, because a lot of people know that in conservatorships, you don't really have a lot of control over anything. And actually, there is a misconception that a lot of the times you can't have a baby or can't get married, and I actually don't even really know the rules, but she did point out a little note inside of a statement about conservatees' rights. And in this little statement, textbook moment, it clarifies that you can get married unless a judge claims that you do not have the capacity to do so. So I guess someone in a conservatorship can get married. I don't know if that's something specific to California or if that's even a thing in California, but it's something that she wanted to point out on Twitter because it sounds like she wants to get married. At some point, she was engaged and actually supposedly pregnant. So I feel like she definitely still likes Paul. I just think it's really complicated with her parents. Something else kind of odd that she tweeted out was this, which was a contract for a NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, which if you don't know, it's pretty much an agreement between someone who is typically powerful and rich and someone who is not, or maybe someone who is, and they want to keep their business private. So they signed an NDA, and she actually posted pictures of an NDA agreement. I don't know if this is one that she has signed in the past or where she got it from. It's kind of crazy to see how short it is. Like, it's literally 2 pages, and this could run your life. I guess it's just a standard California one, but I wonder why she would tweet this out, because like, is she trying to tell us like, oh, she's like on the NDA. Like I have no idea. And again, this was about a year ago in January when she was sharing this stuff. So kind of around the time where her engagement was a thing and that she was headed towards that really strong relationship with Paul, which fell apart, and I don't really understand what happened there. Honestly, we need to dig a little deeper when it comes to that, because I don't know if it's due to her parents or if Paul is a bad influence for her. I hope that he's not, because they did meet in a rehab facility, so I hope they're both like level-minded and just helping each other through it. But I definitely feel like Amanda's parents are making it a lot harder for Amanda to live her life. Looking through some of these private DMs with Amanda, you can see that she explains that her mother is really the source of struggle when it comes to her financial issues and living her life. In these messages, she is talking about how her mother is not sending her money so that she can get places. And in these messages, she is talking about being stressed out. You guys may remember that Amanda Bynes had her kind of comeback moment when she did her paper shoot, and a lot of people said that she was stressed and, you know, going through a lot during then, but she claims that the paper shot was great and normal, and people are just trying to flip this and make it into something else because they want to fulfill their own rhetoric, which makes sense because even people like Britney Spears' father, he's over here paying journalists at CNN to post fake stories about Britney Spears. Like, these parents are desperate, and I feel like Amanda Bynes and her coverage in the media and things like that are being driven by her parents because they want to make sure that she is kept in this conservatorship. And in another message, she claims that her mother isn't paying anything for her, isn't paying her rent, isn't paying anything, necessities, and that actually is court ordered that her mother is giving her the money to live. I don't know if she's, like, Amanda's allowed to handle it. It's such a weird situation with the conservatorships because really the person in control, the mother, can just make the rules that she wants Amanda to follow. So for all I know, she could be like, oh, you're getting $50 a month. Like, I have no idea. But her mom, Lynn, definitely seems problematic. And if your mom is Lynn, I'm just kidding. I was going to say I'm sorry, but I'm going to say I'm just kidding because really it doesn't, when people say Karens too, like I get the whole Karen thing, but it doesn't mean that a Karen is a bad person. Also with Lynn's, like even though Brittany's mom, Lynn, and Amanda's mom, Lynn, are both Lynn's, it doesn't mean they're all bad, just these two Lynn's aren't too great. Something else we've talked about on my channel was her whole pregnancy situation, because earlier in 2020 she announced that she was pregnant, and that was a really big deal, especially being in a conservatorship because being pregnant is a whole another situation. But she did actually clarify in her tweet what went down with that whole thing, which when I saw this I was like, oh my gosh, because I've actually been really stressed about this whole situation. So she wrote, "Something horrible happened and I will be forced to deal with this for the rest of my life. For the media to say I was never pregnant is dangerous and incorrect. My attorney never made that statement." So, I don't know if she went through something or what happened there, but of course the media isn't always factual. That's actually something I learned recently, just in this past year. They say fake news and things like that, but literally there's fake news out here, and I have actually seen with my own eyes, as someone who's kind of a small journalist, on YouTube. I have seen other journalists at big places like CNN post literally fake news. And I'm like, okay, now this makes sense, because there are media outlets who are just paid off or who are given a story and paid a little extra money to post that story. And they do it. They do it all the time. One last thing I want to mention just about her whole, if this is Persian LA 27 or not. Well, okay. So Amanda actually posted this picture of her legs on Instagram at some point, which again is really random, and her Instagram isn't really popping actually. Let's go take a look at that. So this is Amanda's account. It's Amanda Bynes Real, and right now she has no pictures on it. We've seen in the past that she did have pictures, but currently she has none, and she follows the school that she goes to and her other account, which seems to be her fragrance line that she's coming out with. And in the bio it says engaged to my love, so I guess she is engaged, even though she was referring to him as her boyfriend in those tweets. But this account and that account are kind of sketchy, and I don't really know what's going on there. But she posted this leg picture on social media, on Instagram at some point, and honestly I don't really want to talk about her legs, but she also posted this on Twitter, and it looks like they have the same anklet and honestly the same legs in general, but the anklet is what I'm trying to identify because they look the same. And if she's posting these pictures on Twitter and on Instagram, it looks like it's probably Amanda Bynes because she's sharing exclusive things on Twitter, and it would make makes sense that she has been silenced by her parents. I mean, it would be different if her other social media accounts were active and then there was this random one that was just making weird tweets on the side, but this is her active account where she is sharing personal things on that page. Amanda, if you are watching me, please accept me. My thing is, you're so bi on Twitter. You are SOBYE. I really want to change that, but I don't think I can. Anyways, she's also tweeted in the past about Dan Schneider. So, I mean, someone tweeted out and tagged her and said, what do you know on Dan Schneider? And she said, more than you could ever imagine, me too, which we're going to be talking a little bit more about her relationship with Dan Schneider soon in a video. But like her interactions with him are probably so just, I mean, we've gone through some of the tweets about her father, which some people think are about Dan Schneider, and this man did some disgusting things to her. So I really believe that if Amanda did have the ability to speak out and just share everything out in the public and open up about it, I think she would. I think Dan Schneider would probably be exposed because she seems like someone who would actually go through and like talk about him. I feel like Jeanette McCurdy would too, but there's definitely some legal protections going on. I don't know what exactly is going on, if it's an NDA, because children can't sign NDAs, but then could the parents sign NDAs? And then the parents would be like screwed if the child spoke out. I have no idea. So I'm still trying to wrap my mind around that. But there are some other tweets that she has tweeted out in the past, and I really do feel like she would expose people if she could. Like these series of tweets about John Travolta. She calls him out because she worked with him on Hairspray, and she said he was doing disgusting things to men and that these men need justice. So of course she would have a lot of tea to spill because people forget sometimes Amanda Bynes is huge in Hollywood. She did some really big movies. She did some big TV shows. Like she has met some really important people, and just because she's been off the radar for like the last decade doesn't really mean that she's no less famous and popular. Like Lindsay Lohan has gone through her moments, and I think Amanda Bynes will step out of this darkness and will live a happy and free life and successful and be creative. You guys know in my last video, or one of my last videos, we talk about how she wanted to do the All That show, which would have been great for her, and I think she would have thrived. So she just needs an opportunity, and we need to get her freedom. So hashtag free Amanda Bynes, because she deserves freedom along with Britney Spears and every single person who has been taken advantage of by Hollywood. We need justice for these people, and I'll continue to talk about Amanda Bynes, Dan Schneider, and everything Nickelodeon, everything 2000s, everything you guys want me to talk about. So comment below what you want me to talk about in my next video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.